everyone, welcome back. I was doing a live on Instagram with one of my beauty friends, Outspoken Beauty. She's got a great podcast. And aside from what we were talking about, you know, our sort of favourite things at the moment, etc. Actually, that's quite a nice light on my face. I'll show you that in a minute. A lot of the questions that her followers wanted to ask me was, how do I keep my makeup on? And I thought, oh, do you know what? Maybe I haven't touched on that for a while. So I want to talk about primers, and there's a new one that's come out, and I want to reflect on some older ones and some good value ones. So we're going to talk about using primers, maybe in ways you didn't think you would use a primer or a setting spray, and how to keep your makeup lasting as long as possible, especially if you are in a place on our lovely planet where it's getting warmer. First of all, got to choose something that I'm literally so delighted about. It's a gift from a wonderful company called Simplehuman. And if you don't know about Simplehuman products, it's one of those brands that I just sort of look at and think, oh, if I had this dream life where everything was super high tech, clean, minimal, but really efficient. That's Simplehuman. Anyway, I have long, where's my mirror, worked. I'm going to show you very quickly. Oh, this just dreadful, filthy, broken vanity mirror, but I loved it because I've had it for years, and I feel bad that I broke it, and obviously you don't want to talk about the 7 years, bad luck and all that. No, that doesn't happen. But it was time for a change, and I was speaking to my friend. She says, well, actually, good friends with someone at Simplehuman. So if you are a techie person and you love a mirror, I will just show you what I look at whilst I'm talking to you guys. Yep. My window, I've had to close it because it's a beautiful day. Anyway, this is stunning. I'll just do it like that so you can maybe just see my face since it looks a bit better. It's got a little handle here so you can move the mirror around to change from the really high magnification. That's 1 times, and then it's 5 and 10 on the other side. You charge it, it lasts for 1 month. It takes an hour to charge. You turn on the light by basically pressing this button, she says. And then when you go to the light to look at yourself in the mirror, the light goes on. And then you can turn the intensity of the light all the way up or all the way down. And it's got candle light, warm light, cold light, if you like things like that. And I'm just thinking, oh, that was quite nice, that mirror on me. So hopefully my makeup will be a little bit more perfected, she says, under the magnification, and also just good for those unwanted hairs, right? Especially from this little mole here. I've got my bright lip on because I've still got my lovely little friend that's sitting on my lip. So a bright lip to disguise. Anyway, on with the programme. So I want to first talk about setting sprays. Now, when did you ever see me putting on a setting spray? I'll spit your words out. You didn't, because I don't really like them. Urban Decay is the best selling in the UK. They have a couple of different formulas. This is their new one. This is their new all-night one because it contains vitamin C and cactus flower water, and it's slightly hydrating. I really have enjoyed using this. It's got a lovely spray which sprays across your face. But I only use a small amount, and please, if you've never ever used a setting spray, only use a small amount. I genuinely don't really like them. There's about 3 or 4 that I like and would be confident to use them on clients, but I don't tend to. I'll show you how I use them, because I feel like it kind of creates this sort of plastic feeling over my face where it sort of like shrinks my face. But I will spray it on, say for instance now, we'll just have a mess around. So I'll spray it on, I'll do no more than that. Waft it on my face, and then I just push it in, and I don't know what this action does, but it somehow kind of breaks up the spray and it just sits into the skin more. Now, my issue with this application method is fine if the makeup is pretty much what I've got on today, just a little bit of brown, a little bit of lip. This is Velvet Morning by Lisa Eldridge, if you're inquiring. Or interested, or like it, or want to know, quite frankly. Whatever. I've had too much coffee this morning. Too much. It was a real rocket fuel of a cup with a friend this morning. Anyway, I would warn you that if you have a lot of makeup and you spray setting spray, it lifts the makeup and it congeals. And I have had so many stories of people who've done their friend's makeup for their wedding and it's just ruined the makeup. So be cautious. What I would say is to give your face a little spritz before you start your makeup, or even better, spritz on your hand, get your favourite stubby brush, mix it in, and those areas, usually around the nose, under the chin, under the eyebrows, or if you've got blemishes or rosacea or whatever you want to keep my pigmentation, the makeup a little bit longer, apply it like this. It is so the way forward, I think, with using setting sprays, because it creates a really lovely base. Of course you can do this with primers, and we'll go on to that in a second, but I just wanted to show you, I use the Rose Ink because this is a really lovely, it's called Skin Enhance. It's a really lovely, it's the oil and water one. We've talked about this before, haven't we? A bit like the Chanel one. And it's nice and warm on my skin because I'm currently nicely faked and tanned. You can see that I can create a very natural appearance to my skin, but with longevity, right? So this is fantastic. I've been wearing this combination actually of the Skin Enhance and my Facefinity by Max Factor All Day Flawless, because I love the colour of this concealer too, but it just really makes a big difference to my face, because the rest of it is really light. And I'm going to really exaggerate this because I want to teach you sort of more about sort of topping up. So I had a little bit of makeup on that I had since sort of 8 o'clock this morning, and I just want to lift my face. See, this is what I do. I go on a tangent. I've come on to talk about primers, and then I just kind of get into the makeup and see what needs to be improved on my face and what I can share with you. But I often, when I put my concealer on with you guys, is just push it into that area. But because this is so fine, because I've got a nice light base on, you see the difference. I mean, obviously you've seen this kind of vibe on Instagram, I'm sure, a million times. But when you've got a nice hydrated smooth base, that sure doesn't go into my hairline, and you apply it nice and light like this, and then you buff it in with the brush, you just really see that lift. And it's all about playing with colour and light and dark. And that is what I love about makeup. It's all trickery. Use that there. So obviously that was really super bright, but you can see now that's all blended in. And actually, because I've got such a strong lip on, I'm going to keep the makeup pretty much as it is. I'm happy with that. Just a bit of mascara, a bit of brow, and that's me good to go. Or should I just do a little bit of this just for a bit of warmth? Just a bit of warmth, she says, and then loads go on. That's because these lipsticks by Lisa Eldridge are so beautiful and vibrant. But there we are, just a little flush, just to break it up. That's better, right? I'm sure you'll nod in agreement. Lovely. Okay, so setting sprays are also brilliant at keeping your eye makeup on and intensifying your eye makeup. You can also apply your eye makeup to make it last longer. Your eyeshadow, you turn it in from a powder into a liquid by even just placing it on top of some makeup wipes, just bouncing it on top and then applying it. But this is much more preferable. For instance, let me just take this. I'll take the Cheetah, which is the Luminescent eyeshadow from Chantecaille, which is gorgeous. I know I've used this many times before because I just absolutely love the moulding on it. And when you apply a very sparkly shade like this, what you might find is that it trickles down so onto your skin. So I sprayed the back of my hand. I put the brush into the back of my hand. That's important. Do that first. Then apply to the product and don't go in the centre where you normally go, just go on the outside. And then you can just add a little bit of light there. And what you'll find is this lasts longer, it doesn't crease as quickly. Depending on your eye movement, it depends on how much your eye makeup will crease. But for this fine particled, beautifully finely particled eyeshadow, it's nice that the setting spray can apply it, but it doesn't fall down the rest of your face and just lasts all day. And it feels really cooling, and it's just a great way to keep your makeup on for longer and have a great product that does so many things. I wouldn't use this on lips or anything like that, but do avoid spraying loads after. So I know people love it and it works with some people, especially if you wear a lot of powder, just go easy. But definitely the pressing the warmth of your hand. If you've ever tried a setting spray before, and I don't know, I'm all about texture, I'm all about comfort. So to have that kind of shield of glue over my face isn't what I want. Also note, for those of you with sensitive skin, that it doesn't contain alcohol. Neither of their sprays contain alcohol. So if you are sensitive to alcohol as a carrier, then you'll know that this will be fine. Okay, so what can I recommend to you? So high price point, you cannot go wrong with these two guys. Hourglass. And people often get, oh gosh, it's a while since I haven't had nail varnish on. I took it off this morning and oiled my nails and I was going to put some more on, but actually it just feels nice, doesn't it? I love nail varnish on. I never have my nails done, just to say, because it's just too tricky with kids and time, and actually I quite like a short nail. And I change the colours frequently, as you know, but sometimes it's nice to give them a rest, isn't it? Anyway, by the by, going back to Vanish at number 28. Now, people often get confused on which one primer works for which skin type. So the Vanish is the airbrush one. So if you think of airbrush as kind of blurring and filling any kind of like fine pores, so you get a smooth base and gives you longevity, absolutely beautiful. Whereas the number 28 is all about mattifying, longevity, and creating a lovely gripper to your makeup if you find that your makeup tends to slide a lot. So these are top of the range, absolutely beautiful. Love to use them at work, have them on my side table. Depending on what kind of skin I'm working with, I will use it. Other than that, I use, and there'll be different times I use different things. If I've got someone with a very oily skin, or the Pore Canvas primer is brilliant for blurring. I really like this. If I've got someone who's got quite visible pores at the front of their face, then I will definitely use that. It's also nice for the areas like at the top of the lip, or maybe some scarring on the chin, or wherever. This one is absolutely lovely. It's a bit marked, sorry, but that's just because it's been in my kit. And these are silicone free. You wouldn't even know they were actually, but they're silicone free because they feel so soft and lovely. The next one that I love, and I'll probably maybe just show you, I'm less glowy. This is Synchro Skin, the soft blurring primer from Shiseido. Now, if I'm working with someone and we're under hot lights all day and we're filming, rather than powder, I will use blotting papers and I will use a blurring primer. So I'll just take it on my palette, the back of my hand, and I will just apply it. Let me just do half my forehead so you can see that it knocks down. It dries clear, but it will just knock back any shine. So I like to use it throughout the day, and it's very cooling on the skin. People go, oh, that's really nice. Rather than sort of having something pushed into your skin, it's really nice to sort of have that effect. It takes a while just to settle down, but after that you can see that you get that lovely kind of mattification, but it still looks like skin. That is very, very soft and lovely. And also Nano Blur. This is the cheapest one I could find that I love, the most affordable. There is also a Lab Series moisturiser, which is a mattifying, and for the life of me I can't find it. I must have left it at work. I'll put the link in. You get it from Boots, and it's a mattifying moisturiser, and I use it on a lot of my gentlemen that I work with, actors and stuff, if they don't want too much. But actually it's a really great mattifying moisturiser. I can feel the tightness now in a really good way of the Synchro Skin. Let me just show you the Nano Blur. So the Synchro Skin kind of really sort of mattifies, whereas the Nano Blur's got a little bit, I think this probably has silicone in it. I need to check because it's a little bit more smoothing. So if you've got any sort of areas of your face that you need to smooth out, then the Nano Blur would be great. And I think this is like £12 compared to £28, but I'll send the link so you can do it yourself, see for yourself and get good deals wherever you can. So you can see how well both of these sit over makeup. You can't see that it's lifted any of the base that I've put on, even, in fact, that's interesting because I would never have put the spray on and this. It's not even peeling or pilling, I always say that the wrong way around, with the setting spray. That's gone over the setting spray. I would imagine that if I really emulsified my face that would, no, it's not coming off, that actually would lift the makeup, but it's not. But you can see how much matter my skin is. Now, obviously, these are sort of makeup artist isms and tricks of the trade that you do when you're working in a hot environment where people's skin needs to be perfected, but you can't take too much makeup on your face and you don't want to look completely absorbed in makeup. These are great little tricks that we do. But if you are going to an event or you are going to a wedding, you're a guest, you're the mother of the bride, you are the bride. These are things that you can try, but please try these before. Please work with them and see, maybe do one side of your face with the primer and one side without. And then check yourself at lunchtime and see whether you think, oh, that's the difference, that really works for me. Or that oil primer doesn't really work. Maybe pick up some samples. I know Hourglass do samples as well. If you're going to invest in products that are a little bit more expensive, then these are kind of really good tips to do. And I think what I learned from, or I know from what I learned in the live, is that when people were talking, is that obviously we're all time poor. And sometimes if we want to solve something, whether it's a skin issue, a makeup issue, a beauty issue, you know, umbrella of, you think, well, I'll just buy this and I'll just buy this. But sometimes it's the application tips and tricks that make the difference, depending on how we apply things, and kind of using, you know, a multi-purpose, use a setting spray as a multi-purpose primer and makeup longeviter. It is not a word, I realise. A makeup elongator throughout the day. Yep, okay, messed that up completely. I do realise I can't speak right now. I need to go and drink a litre of water and calm the heck down. Anyway, I was just seeing whether I had any other ones to show. I'm sure there was one more, but I think it was the one that I couldn't find. Anyway, any questions below? I know I've been a bit slow recently. I've just had a few things going on at responding to comments. I just need to find a little quiet place and go through everything. But I do appreciate it. I really do. So please keep them coming. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.